Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our talk show. I'm your host, Josh, and this is your other host,
DJ. Don't forget we have audio versions on Anchor FM, Spotify, Anchor Podcasts, and wherever you get your podcasting needs. I said Anchor Podcast.
You said Anchor Podcast?
I meant Apple Podcasts.
Anchor FM.
Anchor FM, right. Also, don't forget it is January, and our foundation for this month is the Foundation for Women's Cancer. And that's because January is Cervical Cancer Awareness Month. So don't forget to get your cervix checked.
That's right. And we have a shout out to Jiragar, the Destroyer.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, for donating a tripod. It's one of my coworkers.
Donated a tripod?
Yeah, it's in the car.
Don't you have enough tripods?
But this one has that swivel bar. You know what I'm talking about? If you're doing movement with the camera?
I have no idea.
Like if you're shooting porn, right?
If you're shooting porn?
You know how you can move it up and down for the point of view?
I don't shoot porn, so. Although I imagine that's got to be a fun profession. You know,
maybe
never knowing when to dodge. You know,
say.
like when you're in the position trying to get the first person view, and you know, all of our viewers just left because we were talking about porn. We had viewers and they all just said, "Nope, not for me."
Today's interesting or random fact is the brand Spam. The brand name Spam is a combination of spice and ham, and is popular in Hawaii.
You know what? You know what really kills me, right? It's like stuff like that. So it's like, we had 3 viewers. We talked about porn.
This is I have 5.
2 viewers left. Mine says 2 now. But it's like, oh, they're talking about porn. How disgusting! Like, bitch, you watch porn. You know you watch porn. And if you haven't watched any porn, well, then your life must suck. Right? Like,
it's not a guide, though. Remember that, people. It's not what you're supposed to be doing.
You know.
It's entertainment. It's a form of entertainment.
Some bitches like it like that. You don't know. They had a whole movie series. Bitches went out to see 50 Shades of Grey. That's just porn you can put in the theaters.
And then 50 Shades Darker, and then 50 Shades.
That's, that's like Kim told me you guys had 50 Shades of Grey at fucking the drive-in.
With SpongeBob.
With SpongeBob. So there's just 40-foot titties just on the screen as you're driving down.
News, and then the following week, I played it 3 times with SpongeBob.
Like I feel like the worst part is you're driving down the road and you look over and there's just giant titties up on the screen. That's going to cause an accident.
Well, a year later, Palm Springs got us back by finding a section inside the booklet they have saying that we can't play R-rated movies that have sexual content.
Really?
Oh yeah, they got back at it. It took a year. They got back at it.
It took a year. So what, did they fine you for it, or
they sent us a letter? I knew we would have to go to court or something.
They send us a letter.
They sent us a letter saying we can't play it. Then the owner, the guy who puts up the Confederate flag and plays 50 Shades of Grey with fucking SpongeBob, was like, "We're gonna play it anyway." So we played it like at 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
So it's like the second show, and somehow the commissioner drove by and saw and sent police officers to threaten one of my assistant managers to shut it off or get arrested. Then we found out that's not allowed.
Well, no.
No, because you're supposed to send the owner to court.
Right. It's not you.
You can't threaten to arrest a manager if he's doing what his boss said.
Right. No, it's.
Yeah, so
I'd have been like, arrest me, bitch, because I'm gonna sue the fuck out you.
So we told one of the cops we know to do detail. He's a detective. He's like, that's harassment, and then he went and complained to the board, saying you can't do that.
You just can't do shit like that. Right.
So now you're targeting them.
Right.
That's harassment.
That's crazy.
Because then we got a letter about the canal or some shit. Like, okay, now you're just like.
Now you're just being a dick to be a dick. Yeah.
Shit's crazy.
But that's Palm Springs for you.
Oh man, fucking shakedown.
Yeah. Palm Springs is, you
Try
know.
to tell them we didn't need detail officer like in the summer on Saturday because it's too slow. And they're like, well, that's up to the officers.
What do you mean it's up to the officers? I don't make no sense.
We have to provide the option for detail. It's up to them if they want to do it or not. Yeah. Well, in our contract to build South Lot, we have to. They fucking put a thing in there. The first 2 things don't count anymore, like direct traffic between 9 to 11 or some shit like that. And the last one says under the discretion of the captain.
Also,
so that could be anything. We need 6. No, we don't. Yes, you do. End of story.
And then you got to pay for 6 officers.
I have to pay for 6 officers. Yeah.
Yeah, but they barely send one.
No, we have to give it the option. It's like a shakedown.
Jesus.
It's not up to you if you need details. We decide if you need them.
But again, that's
and then we don't even decide. It's the cops who need extra money who decide.
That's Palm Springs for you, right? Because Palm Springs they're just a bunch of bullies. You know,
mob.
Right?
They want their cut.
Well, what's crazy too is like you don't hear shit like that from PBSO. No, because they're busy with real police work.
Well, no, they have a big ass detail job every January.
A PBSO?
Yeah, it's called the fairgrounds.
Right. They don't.
They have plenty of detail officers.
Well, they got plenty of detail all over the place. They got the fairgrounds.
I mean, they got the big contracts. They don't give a fuck about your tiny little shit.
Palm Beach County is huge. It's not, It's,
I mean, but they got that big event. You know how many cops are at the South Fork?
Right.
Not even in it, but directing traffic.
Just sitting outside, yeah.
Yeah, not including they have the golf cart inside and the gator.
That's crazy.
Like we don't have security. We have PBSO. And concerts.
Hey, I think your random fact is the same for last week.
No, last week was the
No, it was the bumblebee bat.
This week's spam.
Spam?
Yeah.
Oh.
You looking at the wrong one?
It brought up last week's.
Yeah, my shit does that too.
That's funny. Oh well. I just won't see the news. But yeah, spam's big in Hawaii.
Yeah.
They made fun of it in 51st Dates.
That's what I found out about, and then I learned it's actually a cuisine or some kind of item.
Yeah.
That you can actually order in a restaurant with your eggs.
Right. Yeah.
And put a little bit of spam on it.
I mean, you can do it now, but like not a lot of places actually carry spam.
But they look at you weird. Like Hawaii, it's like, oh, you want spam? It's on the menu.
We got spam, plenty of spam over here.
Spice and ham.
So it's.
Do they open it with a meat cleaver?
Man, it's crazy. I found out the challenge mode on Jurassic World.
Oh, there's a challenge mode.
Yeah, the challenge mode. Apparently, when you play it, you only get 11 hours and 20 minutes to complete or get 5 stars before they fail you.
Yeah, it's like master mode.
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't know it was 11 hours. And then I turned around and I came back inside because I was letting it gather up some money, and it was like failed. I'm like, the fuck. So I had to load it from my last checkpoint. And then put in a bunch of amenities so fucking people would be okay and make it 5 stars. What do we got for news today?
News. Oh, no good news today.
No good news today.
Some. Like one.
Not a damn good news.
This video went viral over the weekend. So 10 died when Brazil's cliff was collapsed on boats and tragedy caught on video. So the side of a cliff collapsed on a group of boats that were doing this river thing next to a waterfall.
Jesus.
I mean, collapsed. The whole side of the mountain.
Just came off.
Boom. Hit them. Shit was... A whole bunch of boats got away, but, like, people are missing and 10 have down dead.
That's why I tell you.
They saw little rocks falling.
Don't do that fucking extracurricular water shit,
thing,
bro.
Split down the middle and fell.
Like
it was all over the news. It was crazy.
That stuff,
like national disaster.
I mean, but that shit happens.
Well, I guess apparently it's been raining for like a week over there, and I guess the whole mountain was saturated, and finally
it just gave way.
Yeah, but it wasn't like a piece of it. It was like the whole, like a glacier fell.
It was a chunk.
It was the side of a mountain, all the way to the base.
That's just insane.
They have it on video falling.
Shit like that happens though. Nobody thinks when they're pulling up to the side of a mountain that it's going to fall. No, they went to the
waterfall. They're coming. They're going with the river.
Right.
The next thing you know, like you see little rocks falling, and people are like, "Get the fuck out of there now!" You can hear it on the video, and they're trying to get. But that thing.
It's just not fast enough.
Well, no, it's freaking 100 feet up.
Yeah, plus gravity.
Oh man! And then the base hit first, which caused the wave.
Terminal velocity is 120 mile an hour. So.
Well, it fell slow.
I'm sure it felt like forever.
But the base hit first, which caused like the tidal wave looking fucking effect. All you saw was because you saw 2 boats right there. The other boats are leaving, and then like covered in wave, and then this one got hit with the mountain.
Jeez.
It's just sad.
So 10 people are missing?
Dead.
Oh.
20 are missing. They might be
30 altogether.
They might have found them now. This is like 2 days ago.
Jesus fucking Christ. That's just insane.
Mm-hmm. Then we have sad news. Full House dad Bob Saget died.
Yeah, he was
65.
down here he was in
He
Orlando.
was in tour. He was unresponsive in his hotel room. They sent someone up and found him dead.
I know he was supposed to be playing in Miami next week.
But it wasn't drugs or anything, so apparently I guess it was natural causes.
Well, even if it was drugs, I don't think they'd tell you. Right, it's Bob Saget. Right.
The house ain't so full anymore.
You know, I'm like I said,
Everyone tweeted about him.
huh?
Everyone was tweeting about him. The Olsen twins,
Yeah.
everyone from Full House. Melissa Joan Hart from Sabrina tweeted about him, like losing a TV dad. Like,
Right. Yeah. It's crazy to think about, like
first Betty White, now Bob Saget.
yeah.
They're taking the good ones.
2022 is already off to
Right?
a terrible start. Gonna be a hard year.
Damn.
You know.
It's just sad.
Kim thinks it's because we didn't eat the traditional New Year's food. That 2022 is off to a rough start.
We're the blame.
Yeah.
Other people did.
This is all our fault. You know, we didn't eat New Year's food and we didn't clean the house the day before.
Yeah, we did.
No, I cleaned the day after.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
No, we did.
What's this? You got a mouse in your pocket?
No, we cleaned everything. Remember, Sonny and them came over on Saturday. That was New Year's Eve.
That was New Year's Day.
Hey. Oh, that's right. And now Bob Saget's dead. And he's like,
All your fault.
Kim's upset.
Kim's upset. Saget's gone.
It is sad though. He was a good comedian.
Nobody would have said shit about Cosby, but because it was Saget.
I would have said shit about Cosby.
I mean, you know, he was a good TV dad too.
TV dads.
He was a good TV dad. He just wasn't a good real dad. Right?
He made good pudding.
That's yeah.
Your pudding?
Want to touch my pudding pop? No.
That's because we're keeping him alive in jail.
We're keeping him alive. That's right.
We want to make sure he serves his sentence. Apparently, at 80 years old.
Yeah. Last week was Betty White. This week's Bob Saget.
Well, Betty White in her sleep, so that was nice.
You know.
Him, I don't know. He just found. That's just crazy.
You don't know what happened.
Apparently, he fought COVID. There's a story about that, but we don't think it's COVID related.
Fucking crazy. That's back on the rise.
That's another news too. Our next news again.
It's just all bad news today.
End of an era. The CW network is up for sale after 15 years. They're selling it.
Did you hear Disney put in an offer on DC for
Warner Brothers?
Yeah, for $43 billion.
For Warner Brothers?
Yeah. I think it's just for DC.
But they're gonna buy it from AT&T.
Because
AT&T.
Right.
AT&T owns Warner Brothers.
Right, but AT&T didn't want to renegotiate the contract for DC, so they just let it go back up for sale.
No way.
So Disney put in an offer of $43 billion.
And that's why the CW is going up for sale too.
Probably because Disney's going to buy CW. That's at least how I would, you know. But a lot of people are talking about, like, if Disney gets a hold of DC, that's going to turn a lot of things upside down, because then Kevin Feige will be able to actually make DC movies.
I know.
Right? So it means DC movies will be good.
Warner Brothers doesn't do too bad.
You know, Warner Brothers doesn't do too bad on the CW, but their actual movies are shit. You know, they're all garbage. As soon as you cast Ben Affleck as fucking Batman, you've failed this city, as you like to say.
That's Arrow.
You know, so I'm just saying, like once you've done that, you've pretty much fucked everything. Like, so,
I don't know. I think, again, they tried too hard with the Justice League because they were trying to compete with Avengers. I should just did the Avenger way, which is to give the individual movies,
right?
Not after you introduce them as Justice League and then give them fucking movies.
Try to do it backwards.
Yeah,
right?
like the only one that came before was the Superman, Batman,
Aquaman.
one, I think Wonder Woman, and then we had Justice League.
No,
Then we had
Aquaman.
Aquaman.
Aquaman was after Justice League?
Yeah.
I thought it was.
Then the Flash now.
See, you're the movie guy. I don't know shit really about movies.
Well, they introduced Wonder Woman during Batman versus Superman.
Or TV shows. You know what? I just don't care anymore. Like 31, I just don't give a damn.
You just turned 31.
I know,
happy
but
birthday to DJ.
you know,
Yesterday was his birthday.
I've been 31 forever, and it's just.
No, you still like you got excited with the new episode of Top Gear came out.
Top Gear, yeah, but that's because it's 3 old guys in cars. Like that's.
I saw the episode when they were in the studio. And they showed this unique car that when he opens from the front.
Oh, the blue, yeah.
He pulls him all the way to the wall. He goes, "All right, now get out."
Yeah.
Oh man, that was hilarious. He's like, "All right, we're gonna go now."
Yeah.
He's like, "What are you doing?"
Okay, bye.
It's okay. Go in reverse.
Doesn't.
There is none.
Yeah. Well,
I know.
He's like, "How do you do that?" And he's like, "Oh, it doesn't have one." Open the door and kick off the wall. Hope for the best.
He could have opened the door.
That means you can't even back in to park, so you can pull forward next time. You
get out of the car and push it backwards into your garage.
Right.
That's what they were talking
that's
about.
just dumb. I guess it's nice for the world application of the, it's small, probably good on gas, stuff like that.
It was just funny.
But
always picking on that guy. And always
James
trying to piss
May,
him off.
Captain Slow. Yeah. And then so like James May likes practical cars, right? Like he likes, like
you're going to this terrain, you need this kind of car, this kind of thing.
Yes, but he also he likes your everyday hatchbacks and stuff like things most people buy, right? Not your supercars and stuff. So they fuck with him and send him to drive supercars, right?
He's like, I don't like it.
Because he gets mad, They sent him one time to go see if he could get a Veyron up to 250 mile an hour,
Fucking dick.
So they just like fucking with him, and you miss that a lot in shows now. A lot of your talk shows and things like that. You don't get so much of the banter.
Well, yeah, no.
Like maybe in like the Tonight Show a little bit here and there, but
ruining everything.
Right.
You can't do bits anymore. You can't be that close. Like I even watched the Britain show, the Big Fat Quiz, and now they have it like 'cause they just have people next to each other.
Right.
Now they have their separated with their own TV thing, but it's still in the same team.
Right.
But now they have the guard in the way, and
it's like
they're being COVID friendly.
It's just crazy what COVID did to
the world.
Entertainment.
Everything's getting pushed back.
Entertainment.
They were asking,
the world.
why the movie theater closed? And we explained, it's a Warner Brother movie. But it's like, so you played Harry Potter right now, you can just watch it at home.
Right.
HBO Max.
There's
what I'm saying? If you want to watch a good Disney movie, you can watch it in theaters the first weekend, but then you could just rent it on Disney Plus. Or if you're patient, just wait 3 months and it's on there.
Well, there's not enough new movies coming out on top of each other.
One. Now we're renting movies at X amount of dollars, and you're renting the movie for $7.99 a month.
Right, so we're losing X amount of dollars because you're not coming to pay us.
Other than
watch
Spider-Man. Other than Spider-Man.
Well, that's because Spider-Man didn't come out on.
No, but if it came out on streaming, would have fucking. But no other Marvel movie came on streaming either ever since Black Widow happened. Like Eternals didn't do it. Another one didn't do it.
Like I said, the biggest problem is because the movies are so spread out. There's a couple weeks or months in between.
Now it's worse.
Your latest and greatest movie.
Now like I said, now it's worse because they're pushing everything.
Right.
Anything that was supposed to be 19 got pushed to 21, and then we came to 21, they got pushed to 23, and it's like,
it's bad.
The only one that didn't get pushed was Spider-Man and Eternals. Right. They took a year knowing Black Widow was finished.
Well, and Doctor Strange.
They pushed that back. And they took out parts of WandaVision that's supposed to have him in it. It completely changed Soldier because it had to do with a virus. So they had to kind of shoot things. So then it had to do with the people getting blent back.
I always hate when they do stuff like that, right? Like they had an idea for a movie and then something happens. Right, like Spider-Man and the Twin Towers.
And the world's too sensitive.
like remember he caught the
He's supposed
helicopter
to
in
catch the
between the two
helicopter.
towers,
Yeah.
and because
9/11.
9/11 happened, they reshot that. The plane in Lilo and Stitch that he used to turn the plane
Oh yeah.
or the building, right? They took that out and made it a mountain because they thought people would. Oh look, they knew about 9/11. You know, because people are crazy.
Simpsons didn't.
Yeah, Simpsons never took any. Simpsons don't give a fuck.
That's because they did 3 years in advance.
Right.
It was before 9/11.
Right. Predicted Trump winning 9/11.
Well, yeah, the whole world's sensitive about it now, but everything in the entertainment business is getting pushed back. Just recently, things got canceled for New Year's, like you would watch on TV, because
right.
They're like, nope, can't host it.
Sometimes I just feel like bitches be too sensitive.
Well, Nick Cannon missed the first that one season of Masked Singer because he had COVID.
Right.
And he came back later.
I don't even.
And then they shut down some movie because someone got COVID on set. Like, they're taking it serious, which is good.
They're taking it serious, but people are still.
No, but I'm saying the caterer gets COVID, the whole thing gets shut down.
People are still getting sick. They're taking it serious, but
No, I mean like the guidelines.
Right.
But I mean like if the caterer got sick, like COVID, the whole production gets shut down for 3 weeks.
Can't eat nothing.
No, the whole thing just gets shut down. Like we got 2 scenes in, now we're delayed for 3 months.
Right now we're.
And they get back on set, everyone has to take a test.
That guy sniffled. Kill him. I just started shooting at the. That's it.
It's like a witch. It's like a witch hunt. I saw him sneeze.
That guy's playing Galaga. He thought we wouldn't notice,
but we did.
But we did.
You know they added that in. So apparently he just said it randomly, and because they liked it, they reshot a scene for the guy and green screened him in playing Galaga.
Yeah, I like a lot of those fucking.
How does Nick Fury
random
do this?
Them random ad libs.
He turns.
Therese and Fast and the Furious. Oh no, Mia, better hide your baby oil.
But had a big ass forehead.
Right, and fucking Ludacris spit up.
It's the spit takes.
Yeah.
They kept it in there. Man, I was just playing. Like, he's one of the funniest characters in that whole series.
Tyrese.
He's like, I'm in charge. You figure it out. He's like, what? I thought you were in charge. Yeah. Diversity. Or something like that. I'm delegating. That's what a good leader does.
That's what a good leader
he
does.
delegates. And he's like, you know what? We're going here. This spot. That spot? Like, the spot that no one can get to. Yeah.
Oh, what else we got on the news?
Tampa Bay Buccaneers Tom Brady refused to come out of the game until Rob Gronkowski got his $1 million bonus.
Ron Gronkowski?
Yeah.
Grunsky? You're funny. Gronkowski.
So Tom Brady's like, I'm not leaving the game. He could have got like sat out the rest of the game or something. And he's like, no. This guy's getting his bonus. Watch. Because the coach told him to get out of the game.
Right.
He's
Well,
like,
they just had another player walk off.
well, apparently, like, I guess the team gets a bonus, or if you get, I don't know. But this guy that wasn't getting, if Brady would have walked off the field, he would have got his bonus. So he's like, no, I'm going to continue to play, make sure this guy gets his bonus.
Yeah, they talk a lot of shit about, like, so, like, football players make a lot of money, like your quarterbacks and stuff, but it's all different pricing, right? Like, a quarterback obviously makes more than a linebacker.
Obviously, Tom Brady makes more than everybody.
Well,
That's half your bracket.
when you've got 5 or 6 Super Bowl rings,
No matter what team you play for.
Right, and it's kind of hard to argue
his price.
Yeah.
And usually it's a contract. So in the next 3 years, you get $5 million. If you follow the rules and do this and this, blah, blah, blah. If you follow your contract to the T, this is how much.
Honestly, I just think Brady's paying him off, right? He's just like, he's just like, hey, I'll give you $10 if you let me win,
I think Belichick, that one year that he broke the record to the Super Bowl, when they were down like 24 points in the first half and they came back, he had his family in the locker room.
Oh yeah,
Belichick kidnapped his family.
just like you better make this pass, or I'm gonna shoot your daughter in the face.
Yeah, and he broke records.
You know?
He made sure his family lived.
I don't know.
But some people do that. What was it? The Matrix. Keanu Reeves did a pay cut during the second Matrix.
That's because Keanu Reeves.
Other people could get paid, and then he gave all the stunt people motorcycles.
Keanu Reeves legitimately just wants to play roles and
be a hero.
You know,
he's just a nice guy.
He's just a nice guy. You know,
Robert Downey Jr. did the same thing for the Avenger people. He took a pay cut so they all could have the same.
Right.
Because he's like, well, then we're not making the movie. You gotta find another Iron Man. Good luck.
Well, and they did. They killed his ass off.
After 10 years.
They're like, we're tired of your shit.
We can't afford you anymore.
We can't afford you anymore.
Sony's killing us for that bill that you're paying Spider-Man.
You're too fucking expensive.
Fucking Sony's still mad about that bill.
Can't even.
You showed up 3 times in Spider-Man. Fucking how much that cost us?
Can't even. Like, sorry. No more Iron Man movies.
That's it.
You know, because originally when they did it, they probably didn't think it'd take off like that.
They were hoping, but they didn't expect it. Like I said in the last movie, when you see everyone making fun of Happy, they realize that he's made it all happen because he's the one that directed Iron Man.
Right. Well, it's like a lot of people didn't understand that at first.
Like, what? He's the director. I thought he was just a bodyguard. No,
right,
no,
or even know.
That's why he didn't have a lot of lines in the first movie. Because he's directing. But he was there inside the shot to direct.
But it's like, so you have to remember, a lot of directors actually play.
Kevin Smith, he plays Silent Bob, so he's there.
Right, play, you know, your filler actors, your extras and stuff like that.
Someone's just there.
Right.
Filler, yeah, filler.
Know. Just like Bruce Campbell.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Cameo.
He does cameos, he directs, he writes, you know.
There.
Sometimes he's just there. You know, it's like just like Spider-Man. In all 3 of the original Tobey Maguire Spider-Mans. And yeah, you said they were setting it up for
Mysterio.
Mysterio.
It's the massive illusion.
Right, but you know, he was
friends with the guy who wrote Spider-Man.
Right.
Or directed it.
You know, so he's like, well, fuck it, let's do it.
You know. Did you hear how Samuel L. Jackson got to be in Star Wars? So when they found out they were redoing Star Wars in the 2000s.
Oh, wasn't it his kids?
No, he just asked Steven Spielberg if I could be. I'll be a stormtrooper. I just want to be in Star Wars.
Right. Yeah.
And they made him a Jedi. So
made him Master Windu.
Hey, can I have a purple lightsaber? And he's like, why? He's like, because in that one scene with the clones, you know, we're all fighting in an arena. I want to be able to point where I am to my kids. So he's like, okay. Like, it was just like that. He's like, I want to be in Star Wars. I'm just gonna ask. I'll be a stormtrooper. I'll be an extra. I don't care. I'm gonna be in Star Wars. They made me a Jedi.
I'll wear one of them white goddamn helmets and stand there. You'll never even know I'm there.
Just let me be in fucking.
You know.
Let me be in Star
but
Wars.
it's like that's like if Samuel L. Jackson comes to you and says, "Hey, I want to be in your movie somewhere," you don't tell the man no.
No,
right. Right, you don't go, hey Samuel, sorry, you know, but you're an A-lister and we can't put you nowhere.
Well, him and Harrison Ford have the record of being in the most movies.
Yeah.
And then he called him up and he's like, "Ha, gotcha." And then Force Awakens came out and he's like, "Ha, got you." Guess who? Guess who's back in Star Wars and guess who's not?
Guess who's back? That'd actually be a cool miniseries.
They're both the highest paid actors in Hollywood. It's Samuel L. Jackson and Harrison Ford.
Think about that. That'd be a cool miniseries.
What?
You do Master Windu. What happened to Master Windu after the fall of the Jedi?
They say that he survived when he got thrown out the window. Like one of the fan theories.
Yeah.
Because remember, what's his name? Lightning bolted him out the window. He's saying like he forced help himself down and he survived and went into hiding.
I don't know why you would just, you know, but I'm just saying that'd be a good, you know, they're doing Boba Fett right now.
The book, yeah, they showed how he got out.
And it's.
Well, there's been a theory the whole time that he didn't die.
You know.
And then we found out in Mandalorian that he didn't.
No, he didn't die.
But we didn't know how. Now, I guess the first episode they explained it.
You know, but again.
Yeah, this is he took over for Jabba the Hutt. Apparently, Jabba the Hutt died.
Yeah, no, he killed Jabba.
Oh, he killed Jabba?
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, if you haven't seen Boba Fett yet, the Book of Boba.
That's one reason I watched Solo. I was like, okay, where are we gonna get to the part? And at the end, he's like, well, I'm going back to Jabba's home planet, Tatooine. And that's like, you're like, oh, he's gonna go find Luke. Like,
see, I don't know. Like, to me, so far it's been a good, you know.
I haven't seen any of it.
But you have to.
Is it good?
It is actually pretty good. The thing is like, so you're
Boba,
on this high from Mandalorian.
Yeah, but
right.
Boba's from the original 4, 5, and 6. You know what I'm saying? Like the nostalgia of the 80s.
Well, and like I said, so you're on this high from Mandalorian.
It's so good.
And
yeah,
it's,
Baby Yoda just got taken.
Right, and it's just, so the Book of Boba is, they're doing the Green Arrow thing, right? They're showing...
Oh, the flashbacks.
Right, they're showing flashbacks from where he was.
How he lost his armor.
And then, you know, the future to where he is.
No.
Like, now, like, just after Mandalorian, after that whole encounter. So, you know, you're of course, you're missing pieces. You're missing how he got to where he was and what's happening forward.
We ask is how he lost his armor. Because when we saw his armor the first time in Mandalorian, we found out it wasn't Boba Fett. You're like, who the fuck's this guy?
Right, it wasn't. Stop saying Fett. I'm going to come over there and punch you. Fett. Boba Fett.
Fett.
You said it right that time, but the first time you said fat.
It's Boba Fett. If you
Fett.
say fat, it's an accent.
No.
Boba Fett.
Boba Fett. Boba Fett.
Yeah, but when you saw his armor in the Mandalorian, the guy took his helmet off, and it wasn't.
Right, it was the guy from Justified.
What the fuck?
I don't even remember his name.
The girl next door. Yeah.
The girl next door.
He's in that movie too.
What else? He was
Justified was such a good show.
He was also a cop in something else. I just can't.
He looks like the
remember.
brother. Like he would be the brother of the guy from Transformers.
Oh.
The head guy and the.
No, that's him.
No, that's someone else. That's what I'm saying. There's like those doppelganger things.
No, I'm pretty sure.
Different. This guy's older.
I don't know.
They look alike.
They do.
Yes.
They definitely look like
I
the
think
same
they're
person.
brothers in real life.
Yeah, but that would make sense, you know.
Because they do. But Justified was a good show.
I started watching Justified, and then, like, you know me, if I get my whole thing is if I sit down to watch something or to read something or, you know, to generally just do something, right? I don't like being bothered.
Yeah, correct. We had to leave alone when you watch Doctor Who.
Right. So if you fuck with me while I'm trying to engage into that thing, right? Like I've picked up books that I've wanted to read, and I've sat down and read 5 or 10 chapters.
They get good,
you know, and start really getting into the book, and then someone will come and ruin,
you know,
my attitude with that, and then I don't want to do it anymore, and I never touch the book again.
I think that's.
I started the Harry Potter series.
I think that's why you don't. I've noticed. I think we've done it too. If we don't come back when the Flash comes on, we wait till it just comes on Netflix.
Right. So we can just watch it all the way through.
We don't like that break shit because now we lose interest. Like 3 months, we have to wait.
Right.
Fucking Flash. You showed us 5 episodes. Like, see you in March.
I have.
And you're like, such a long break. So much happens in 3 months. You're not gonna be like.
The worst part is I don't even think I mind the breaks so much.
Well, you lose interest because you're into something else now.
Like it's really just like, for me, it's the whole changing of attitude.
Oh, like the whole thing changes.
Right. Like if when I sit down to do, the page just changed back. That's crazy.
Mine keeps doing it too.
When I sit down to do something, you know, and then somebody messes with me, like upsets me, I guess it puts a bad taste in my mouth, because now every time I go back to do that thing, I have to think about being upset, you know, why I set it down.
My thing is to watch something, a certain show, I have to be in the mood to. Like, I have to be in a certain mindset to watch Sons of Anarchy or watch Shameless. You know what I'm saying? Like,
see, I never got into Shameless.
Well, if I want to watch a dramatic series, I have to be able to, like, okay, it's going to be dramatic. Or like Sons of Anarchy, there's going to be a lot of shooting, killing, and...
Yeah, I couldn't get into a lot of, like, the Shameless and the Breaking Bad.
I did, but then they had the break, and then they changed the character, and then they.
You know, like
I don't mind character development, but you saw what happened to Peter and Heroes when they made him a
Right.
bitch, and at the end, you even told me you're like, oh, you're gonna be mad at Siler when he's like, Claire, can you help me?
yeah,
You're just like, oh, fucking Siler's a bitch again.
it's just a lot of it.
The House Wilson changed from the first episode. If you notice, he knew all about House's antics.
Right.
He's just like, okay, and then after that, he's like, the worry bee, yeah, House, are you gonna like? You changed his character,
Yeah.
and then in a show called Lie to Me, the guy's main thing is that he doesn't lie,
Right.
and then the third season, he's lying. It's like you literally just changed the character, like his whole basis.
What was it?
Or they try to replace it like they did in CSI. They try to replace this person with this person. They did it in Criminal.
The bitch from Game of Thrones, Criminal Minds.
They did with Criminal Minds. The head guy got taken out, and there's this other guy now who didn't even last as long as the other guy, Gideon.
Yeah, they did it in Game of Thrones with the dragon bitch.
Yep.
They just like her attitude just completely flipped.
In the last season,
yeah.
like she's supposed to help the people, and then fucking she wants to burn the place down. And like, no, we surrender.
Right,
You
right.
won. Nope. Burn it down. You're
Just
like, what
fuck
the
it.
fuck?
Purge them all. Yeah.
And then she's like, oh, Snow, we're together. And it's like, what?
Yeah, that's why he stabbed the bitch. It's like
I still don't like what they did to what's his name.
you've
The best
lost your
character in the
fucking mind.
show, when he slapped the king and says, then I'll go fucking lead the people to fucking war. And he has fucking shit slides, and his daddy comes in and goes, you're nothing.
Right.
This man led them to war. Like,
That's why he got shot on the toilet to
With the
represent
crossbow.
how much nothing he was. Like,
up to the last season, because again, HBO wrote the last season. It wasn't from the book.
you're only something if people will listen to you.
He was smart.
Right? Like that's the whole thing about power. If nobody's willing to listen to you, then you have no power.
He slapped that kid. Did you just slap the
Right.
kid? I slapped my nephew. Fucking
You know.
bitch slapped that fucking Gregor.
That's
fucking
the-
Jeffrey guy.
That's the same thing I get pissed off all the time, just like with my family,
Oh yeah, they think
because I'm right. In no way,
listen.
shape, nor form am I wrong. But they don't care. They won't listen. Right? So it makes no.
Well, because you're trying to explain cause and effect to them.
Right. It makes no sense
If
on.
you do this, this will happen.
Right. Makes no sense on talking to people who won't listen.
And then they call you a week later and they did it anyway. You're like,
Right,
yeah, no
right.
shit. Well, I'm in a jam. I know. I told you if you did this, this would happen.
Right. And that's your fault. Your problem.
When you knock over the glass, it will break when
it
it
will
hits
break.
the floor.
You know, that's
Why do you guys keep acting surprised
right.
when you keep breaking glasses?
Well, Sonya was watching.
Was she?
Yeah, she's not now.
Our next news. Chicago Mayor Lightfoot slams teachers union for illegal walkout, rejects proposal for remote learning.
What?
So apparently in Chicago, Omicron like fucking went crazy.
Uh-huh.
So the teachers are like, hey, it's not safe. Can we do remote learning?
Well, that's going to happen in a lot of your
And
cities. Where
they
you're on
said
top of each
no,
other.
so they walked out, and apparently it was against their union or something like that. So he said it was illegal for you guys to stop coming to work or some shit, and you're just punishing the kids. He's like, no, we're trying to be safe.
Right.
And like, no remote learning. So now the teachers are going to like war with the fucking mayor.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. In the big cities like that, in New York and stuff like that, where you're literally stacked up on top of each
Japan,
other.
New York, yeah. Detroit.
Right. In your country areas, you don't realize how
Atlanta.
spread out you are. Right. Like here in West Palm, we
We're
don't have
We're a
skyscrapers.
city, but we're
You
not
know.
like
No, we're not like on top of each other city. Right. You don't got
we have corner stores.
30 houses, stacked up on top of your Publix, right? Like,
No.
where in New York, your stores are on the bottom floor, and there's living, workspace,
Yeah.
God knows what else, all upward.
It's space. It's all about space. in New
Space
York.
is limited there,
So if you get a good loft, like, and
Well,
people pay money. I mean, money.
There's a guy on TikTok, right? And what he does is he goes around to apartments in New York and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, he shows me how the designs are.
He shows you how the designs, what type of money and rent
It's
you
usually
expect to pay.
Like a long
Right.
apartment. I saw the one like when you walk in, you turn this way, you have a washer and dryer and kitchen,
Mm-hmm.
and then you have to go around to get to the living room, and then you have this much space to get to the bedroom / bathroom over here.
Right.
And he's like, and this goes for $2,000. You're like,
Right,
what
right.
the fuck?
$2,400 for fucking, you
And you see
know.
the small one, and then
Right.
you open this door, and you have to close this one to open this one.
I'm just like, fuck that. Like, the borders are open, leave.
It
You know,
reminds me
like,
of Futurama when he was staying in Bender's thing, and he goes, you can stay in the closet, and it's a big fucking apartment.
like we passed, like, through New York,
Oh, to get to.
but we never left the highway.
Oh, you just stayed on 95.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. She's like, oh, it's pretty. You want to stop? No,
How
negative.
does it go through New York? Do you go around,
So it
or do you go through intercountry?
there is
because like New York's an island.
right. So you do have to go over the big bridge and stuff.
Washington Bridge.
I believe so.
So you're
I'm
leaving Jersey to go.
right. So which there's a few big bridges through there and stuff
Tunnels,
too.
there's a
Tunnels.
bridge.
I think that was my favorite part was the tunnels.
The tunnel.
I like that
I'm
kind of
thinking like
shit.
you're going around this way, not towards the ocean, but the other way.
Yeah, the inside instead of the outside.
Okay.
Uh,
So you're going around the island.
right, and it's hilly
Because
and
you got New York State and then New York City.
right,
Inside the New York State, yeah. And you got
Which-
upper state New York.
which are definitely two different.
You got
places.
countryside.
You know, you've got your countries. That's like here. We have a lot of country here in Florida. It's not all cities,
They did that in LA too. They
But
went from
you-
the city to up like it was Jay Leno
right?
wearing his motorcycle, and he was up in the canyons, and he was like, "Can you believe we're in LA?"
But that's like from like for here, from like Port St. Lucie to Orlando.
Stewart has it too.
You know, you lose a lot of your city. You know, and you
Oh,
just
land.
right, you just fall in the country, 2-lane highways, stuff like that. So you know, there's places for people to go, right? But you know, the biggest problem is then you got to find who owns that bit of land. You know, it's not like back in the 1800s where you could just find a piece of land where nobody was and set up shop.
Hopefully, the Indians in LA,
You know, you,
Native Americans.
right. And again, you know, it's still.
But
Okay,
now
we'd like to
everything's-
set up
but
shop
even,
here.
Even if you don't own the property, then now the government owns it.
Right. Now the government just owns everything. You got to
Like,
figure
when
out
you're
who's
driving
got
down
it.
Lake Worth, you can see that one big
Well,
lot
the
for
banks.
sale. Yeah.
You know, the banks own everything. But it's like 6 major industries that owns everything in America. Banking, railways, electric,
Gas and water.
and now phones.
Cell phones.
Mm-hmm.
On cable.
Which used to be
Oh,
owned.
internet.
Internet.
Internet's
yeah.
a big one.
Well, a
Because
lot
now
of,
everything is on internet.
right, a
and
lot of
private
things you can't do
servers.
without it.
Because even if you have a private server, you need internet.
Or a mobile uplink.
Or
Which
that one
is,
guy has a
you know.
Tesla fucking wires.
Yeah.
I mean, they get like 1,000 megabits a second.
All right, what's our next news?
A 74-year-old Florida man on an electric scooter was threatened, and he chased them down with a knife. He chased 2 people down with a knife because he was threatened.
But see,
Now
now,
he's facing charges.
like, see, here's my problem, right? Here's my thing. All right, if you're on an electric scooter, okay, and you're chasing me down with a knife,
After you threatened him.
I'm just gonna push you over. Right? I'm not gonna call the cops because like. What do you need? Are you gonna go to jail with your electric scooter?
He went to jail.
Like, you know, come on. What happened to the days like, come on. You're an old guy in an electric scooter. Push him over. Walk away. You know, you have options. Like, honestly, how
fast
like,
is a scooter?
was this, did he have a motherfucking katana?
No, it was a knife.
Right? Oh, well, sir, if you want to chase me down in a power scooter, right, and do harm to me, you better have a goddamn machete at least.
He just puts a stick on the ground. Like, you're trapped.
Right, you know. Oh no, I walked up these stairs. You know, do the Donkey Kong just, you know. Oh, how did you get away from that guy in the scooter?
I power walked.
I stood on this rock. I power walked. Right.
For DJs, normal walking is long legs.
I got in my car. I walked up some steps.
I had a skateboard.
like
I walked some steps.
I pushed him the fuck over, right?
You know what I did? I backtracked and went behind him.
Right.
Took him a while to fucking do it.
I recorded him chasing me with a knife, and then I pushed him over and left him there because he really didn't need to go to jail, too, at that point. Because he was on the ground. Like I know he didn't get back up fast.
I took the knife and flattened his tires.
I took his knife from him and I fucking flattened all three of his little scooter tires.
And they called for help. So they could bring him.
And then I went to jail for assault. Right? Because that'd be some shit.
Oh, against the elderly. 74.
Right.
You know how it is. That's a charge against the elderly.
And at that age, things start to get rough, right? Like I'm only 31, and I know things are rough, right? It makes me crazy. So at 74, you've seen a lot.
Get off my lawn.
Okay. I'm just trying to think like
how are you messing with a
people
74-year-old man?
People, they're just like, oh, send him to jail, but then they turn around and they're like, oh, don't call the cops because they're going to shoot you. It's like, well, pick a fucking lane, right? That's what always drives me nuts.
I'm going to chase the 74-year-old man.
That's what always drives me nuts about certain people. So they'll talk all big and bad like they're going to fight you. And then as soon as you knock their teeth down the throat,
they call cops.
They call 911. It's like, but hold on. This was your choice. And I was just...
Ratchet women. I bet you won't hit me. I dare you to hit me.
Right.
And then you hit him.
And then call the police.
He hit me.
Or it's like, they stand there saying, fuck the police. But then the house gets robbed and then 911.
Or they get beat up.
Pick a fucking lane. Right? I don't call police. I don't hang out with them. I don't do that. Well, right? Now I will talk to them as normal people because they're normal fucking people.
Well, when your house gets robbed, unless you have homeowners insurance and you have all the serial numbers written
down. You need proper documentation to submit to your insurance company.
But if you don't have your serial numbers written down and you don't have home insurance,
and then you're fucked. Then you're fucked. There's no point on calling the police because they're not gonna find your stuff.
Well, this is what happens usually, and it's because it's already done. Say you have a stalker, they broke in your house, you call the cops and you have a stalker. Well, just give me a description and we'll see what we can do.
I have so many stalkers.
Well, it's not. I'm saying because the crime already happened and there's no evidence and you have no proof, there's nothing we can do. They have to be in the act of doing it half the time for them to get in trouble.
Which is insane.
Because I remember as a teenager, the neighbor threatened me or something like that with a knife, or it was our friend's house, and they called the cops, and he's like, "Well, unless he was in the act of trying to do it, we can't do nothing."
But had he just stabbed me, right? Because he didn't stab you, they can't do nothing about it, right? He
has to be in the act of doing it.
Or you had to have physically been stabbed.
Yeah.
That's just... Because if you'd have been in the act of smacking the shit out of him because he was trying to threaten you with a knife...
Oh, yeah.
Then...
they pulled up, I'm in trouble.
Right. But he's got a knife. But, sir, we saw you hit him.
He says he grabbed the knife because you slapped.
Right.
And what I don't it bothers
why everyone
me,
got the phones out now.
Because most of the time, court things take years. Mm-hmm. 3 to 4 years.
Court cases, things.
And they say,
them court things.
And then they tell you, your friends are not a good alibi or witnesses.
Right.
We had to believe a stranger. So the stranger, you want them to think that they remember something that happened 4 fucking years ago to a person they don't know.
Which no offense, right? No offense.
You're going to believe a stranger.
But as much shit as my friends talk, right? They're probably the best alibi because they're going to tell the truth, right?
Oh, yeah.
Right? They're not going to make up some lie for me. They're going to tell you what happened.
But you get what I'm saying? Right, you're talking to a stranger who was barely paying attention in the first place, and you're going to take their word. Take their word on something that happened 4 years ago on, I think so. I
think it was that guy.
No, you're my friend was right next to us. He was there. Oh, he don't count. Or my favorite one. Say you live alone. You have an alibi? I was home sleeping. Can anyone vouch? No, I live a fucking alone.
Nobody loves me. Thanks for
So what do you think I'm supposed to do between the hours of 8 and fucking 6 a.m.?
You're supposed to. You're supposed to go out and find an alibi and bring it home and bang the shit out of it.
Apparently, like, no one called you? No one called me at 1 o'clock in the morning going, how are you? No, we're all sleeping. Like, what were you doing at 1 o'clock in the morning, officer?
And the worst part is, if I have an alibi at 1 o'clock in the morning, doesn't that seem a little more shady than, I was at home in bed?
All right, I just happened to be. I stopped at my friend's house after I shot the guy.
Right,
to have an alibi.
So I'd have an alibi. That's right. That doesn't make any goddamn sense.
And because my friend was drinking, he didn't know what time I showed up in the first place.
Well,
your friends don't count as alibis.
Again,
what the fuck counts as an alibi?
The guy had a knife on a scooter. Right? Like, at what point?
74-year-old man.
At what point, do we
stop wasting our taxpayer dollars by putting people in jail?
Like I said,
Is he really a threat to society?
You know what I'd have done, right?
Took a scooter.
I'd have ran around him, right, to like his back where he can't stab me, right? Because if he's in a scooter, he's probably not very flexible.
No, he's a big guy.
Right. Okay. So he's probably not like doing those type of things. So I'd have ran around behind him to the back of his chair, and I just gently set him on the ground. Right. I wouldn't have even pushed him over violently, right? Because I don't want the guy to get hurt.
He probably got some distance on him. Because if I would have took him all the way through a 3-point turn,
I'd have walked through some grass, right? Maybe some sand.
That man had a heavy duty scooter. Souped it up.
It better be. Boy, it better been super duper heavy. Like, I'm just saying. Like, there's a, and even then, I could have got up some stairs, got behind a trash can. Like there are ways.
Help.
911. He got the worst part is this is why I couldn't be
Uber.
This is why
Uber could have came,
picked you up and got you away.
Could have hopped right in.
This is why I couldn't be a cop, right? Because I'd have got in trouble.
To that one show,
right? Because I'd have pulled up and I'd have been like, "Sir, put down the knife." Screaming, and I'd have just kicked the chair over. I just put my foot on the armrest and kicked it over. So if he cut my leg, it's like my leg, not a little bitch.
Well, now he's in jail.
Right now, I'm going police brutality.
Was it like that one COVID thing when they tackled the old lady or whatever, the old guy in the street?
Yeah.
I mean, fucking bum rushed him. Fucking you're like, what are you doing?
Right. I've seen some crazy, or they're tasing the old ladies now, and the one old lady in the truck was great. The officer pulled her over, and he's like, "Get out! You're getting arrested," because she wouldn't give her the license, and I guess she was like a few feet from her house or whatnot. Like she I don't know why, right? But she drove to her house, right? Drove to her house. He runs up, grabs her out, throws her on the ground, tases her fucking ass, and she's just, I'm a grandma.
He tried to pull someone over who couldn't move. He's like, I can't get out of the car. Like my legs. How are you driving? He's like, it's a special car. You use your hands.
I got hand pedals.
Get out of the car, and they're trying to pull him out. He's like, you're about to get sued if you don't fucking get your hands off me.
Right.
I can't get out of the car.
I'm disabled. Right? Can we just do what do you need? Do you need to write me a ticket? I can pay that.
Well, it reminds me of the TV show, like Homeland or something. They had the guy from Gotham was in it, Gordon. But they called the kid called the cops on his mom for spanking him. And the guy's like, "What? Get out here now!" And then he's like, "Give me the belt. I'm fucking going to spank him." And he's like, "How dare you call your? I have rights. You ain't got no rights."
You ain't got no rights.
He starts yelling at the kid. He's like, "You are 10. If your mom is here to punish you, that's different. She did not abuse you."
Why is she whooping your ass?
Like, give me the belt. Give me the belt. I'll show you what ass.
I spent $500 on V-Bucks on PS4.
Shit, so we were talking about that yesterday. Things like you could do in the 80s and 90s that you can't do now. Like,
lots of things.
You don't have to fully adopt a kid to put him in school or go to the doctors. And now the difference between child abuse and punishment.
All right, what are our questions for today?
Well, trying to ice cooking. I heard you had some crab last night.
Oh man, I had crab cakes and lobster and
Mashed potatoes.
mashed potatoes and broccoli and fish sticks.
I heard fish sticks from like the store
Yeah,
that you wanted in the green
green
box.
I just like fish sticks.
That's what she said.
You know,
I was like, fish sticks.
she burnt them, but
She tried.
she tried. You know,
I was like, damn.
there was a lot going on, which I have to clean up all the
the crab cakes left over. And
There wasn't.
what are those things that are in the pan?
What things that are in? Oh, those were cheddar biscuits. They just kind of flattened out.
You had cheddar biscuits, man. You had a whole fucking thing. And
Like
Sarah came to see you.
Like I went to Red Lobster. Yeah, she stopped by to say hello, happy birthday, hang out, bullshit with Kim.
Your wife came home early.
And she was home most of the day.
That's what she said.
She was working most of the day, but
That's what she said.
she
tried.
She tried. I'll give it to her. The owner called her. It's like, are you not in today? She says, no, I took the day off for my husband's birthday. Requested it off months ago. He's like, oh, can you do this?
Yeah.
Yeah. She's like, yeah, I'll take care of it. You know, she really does work hard. Like if they ask
She
her,
gets paid, right?
huh?
She got paid for it, right?
I believe so. I think she's on salary or something now. I'm not sure.
Or she logged into the thing.
I don't. That's private. I don't bother with her private affairs. You know.
You might get mad. Yeah.
That's right. I just,
I came to talk to her.
as long as they treat her right, that's all I really care about. As long
and
as
it was
she's
like
happy.
5 something, and they were still calling her.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, "Fuck, I gotta go make him dinner." I was like, "I'm surprised you're home." And she's like, "Wow, like he told me he wanted peace and quiet on his birthday." I was like, "Luckily, I'm at work already."
Yeah, I just went and she went to the doctor, so I cleaned the house again because Bella tore crap up all over the house.
That dog.
So I picked it all up and vacuumed and cleaned, did the counters, cat box, Frank Cage.
I was like, "Oh, did you make him breakfast?"
No, she's got Dunkin' Donuts. She didn't even.
She tried.
She was busy. And then she came home. I'm like, man, I'm gonna go. Like, I got some stuff to do. I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna play some Jurassic World. Played that for 11 hours. It's over 2 days.
I believe so.
But I mean, still 11 hours is a lot.
That's crazy.
You know.
But she made you your birthday dinner.
And she made birthday dinner, yep. And then after we get done here, I'm gonna go clean up all the pots, pans, and
And then she's like, "It's hard to cook seafood." I'm like, "Why?" She's like, "I don't like it. So I
she
can't
hates
test."
she
She's like,
hates
"I
the
can't."
smell of seafood.
She's like, "I can't taste it for to make
Right.
sure it's good." I was like,
Which, mind you, the crab cakes were delicious.
She tells me everything you
fucking
wanted, right?
delicious.
And I'm like, "So he didn't want dinner for the rest of the week?" It's just today.
Just today.
You're naming a lot of things that are expensive.
Right. Yeah. Spend so much on dinner, but
I'm like, "He didn't want to eat the rest of the week." I'm like,
No.
She's like, "I think he'd be fine with tuna."
no cigarettes, no food.
Thank God I got you those cigarettes.
Right, thank God. I may need them next week too. Shit, I have to bring cigarettes home. Okay.
All right, our question is, what's the best gift you ever given?
I've ever given?
Given. And don't say this D.
This dick.
My time.
That too.
I said happy birthday to someone once.
This dick. I really want to get this truck working. I need new shocks. Sorry. The best gift.
Could be to anyone. Even Brogan.
Folgers just pop. Best part of waking up is Folgers in your car.
It is, too. Every time I smell it, I think of my childhood. 'Cause my mom would put the coffee pot on a timer. Did you give any great gifts?
I don't
Did
give.
you think they were great?
Uh,
Like the train set?
chlamydia. No. That's funny.
Apple Watch.
Oh, that one was pretty good. Yeah.
Stitch.
I told her all of her presents and then gave her an Apple Watch. Right. I just told her what all of it was.
It was in the purse.
You know, and then yeah, that one was good. Yeah, I got nothing. What about you?
The greatest gift I've ever given. Me, no.
The silence of your naggy voice. You just shut the fuck up and had to be lovely.
I gave you a pack of cigarettes.
Thanks. That was the greatest gift.
I went to work that day.
I went to work that day. Thanks for not being here. What's the next question?
Actually, I don't remember. The next question is,
I don't remember.
what did your mother teach you?
I don't know. I was 9.
I don't know. I've heard a couple things. She taught you. I just don't remember them.
Neither do I.
Shit.
I
I thought you would carry with you all your life.
I've been smoking a lot this morning.
She teach you patience.
So all I can think about is
Loving, caring.
as I'm looking at Sora, and you know the kid from Sixth Sense was the voice of Sora.
Really?
Yeah.
Fuck, what's his name?
I don't know what his name is. I just know he looks. He's chubby, got them chubby cheeks and that stupid beard.
Yeah, now. He's all chunky. So that's what your mom taught you? Who the actor was of Sora?
Yep. Sora was the fat kid from Sixth Sense.
But she was skinny in the Sixth Sense. But how he saw
Yeah, he was skinny then. Yeah, he's fat now. It's because all he does is sit around and talk like Sora.
At least he's still employed.
At least he's still employed. That's right. Don't drink and drive.
She told you that?
Yeah.
At 9?
Yeah.
Oh, that was nice of her.
Always play lots of bingo cards instead of just one.
That's smart.
You know.
I used to play bingo at the club with Brent and his
Right.
mom.
Biological one. Hey, give me your piggy bank. Don't expect it back.
Oh, they taught me abandonment.
Taught me abandonment.
Never came with the second part like I wanted to do, which is forgiveness. So when I have a child, I come back in his life when he's 11, so I'll teach him abandonment and forgiveness.
You're so stupid. All right, I'm done with you for today.
Well, my mom taught me that life's not fair, because she told me that a lot. I was like, this ain't fair, and she would say to me, life ain't fair.
That's right.
Get over it.
Get over it. Thanks for playing.
I was like, but mom, she's like, hey, my job's to put food in your mouth, clothes on your back, and a roof over your head.
Make sure you're
Anything
free
more than
labor.
that shit, you're on your own. And free labor.
Free labor.
Now you don't have to push the cart when we're in the store. Get to it.
All right.
And that's all the time we have for today.
Yeah.
Don't forget.
I'm done with
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Don't forget we do 2 shows a week. Once on Tuesday between the hours of 10 a.m. and noon. And once on Wednesday between the hours of 4 p.m. and 6. I should have said a.m. so it's like you never know.
Holy shit. I also heard that we had an audio version on Anchor FM, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts.
And wherever you get your podcasting needs.
And because it's January.
It's Cervical Cancer Awareness Month.
It is.
And the charity for this month is the Foundation for Women's Cancer.
It is.
And the link will be down below, provided that our
It
esteemed producer.
And it's in the corner of our screen.
Oh, it is there. I didn't even have to look all the way over there.
So, thank you for watching. Stay tuned.
Toodaloo, motherfuckers.